What's up, y'all? I'm with my guy Benji from Tulones Clothing line right here. I've been seeing these guys moving and shaking all over Instagram, seeing a whole bunch of like new rappers and big time rappers rocking that gear. And the thing that was crazy was they're literally a few blocks down from my warehouse. I had just like bumped into them one day. These guys definitely doing it big. So I want to introduce Benji and just tell him about y'all's brand, a little bit about how you get started and where you are today.
All right, what's up? I'm Benji, as he said, one of the owners of Tulones, the clothing company. We started back in 2017 with the mindset of just being a staple in Southern streetwear. And today, I guess what's this, 4 years later, we're pretty much making a big stamp on the streetwear market.
Dope, dope. And where are you guys from?
We're from Mobile, Alabama.
Okay, from Mobile, Alabama. I saw that they got a big old billboard on I-75, so they're definitely like promoting the brand, doing this thing. So today what we're going to talk about though is inventory, guys. So a lot of times when people start their line, you know, money could be scarce. They're not really sure what's going to sell, what's not going to sell. So they focus more on a print on demand method. But then when I saw these guys, literally jumped on Instagram, we're going to post a picture up right here. We saw you guys had hella boxes pretty much, you know what I'm saying? The shipment had came through, and then I was like, okay, I gotta feature them because most people don't do it like that. You know, most people don't invest the amount up front. And I know one of the benefits to investing up front could just be like you don't have to focus on making it. So if you could tell the people what that process is like. But before, did y'all ever print on demand?
No, we've never printed on demand.
Okay.
Because this is a dream for us. So it's pretty much, some people go into clothing for the fact of making clothing. They want to be a fashion mogul or something like that. But we've always been in the fashion. Me and my brother, we were the freshest guys since kids. So we had a brand. We've had brands. We've been in the game. So it's just like, we always knew that we wanted money also. We wanted to be able to do other things beyond clothing. So that's why the idea always being is bigger than print on demand. Like I got to make the money so that I can make decisions to do other things to grow my life.
Versus being tied up printing shirts and all that type of stuff.
Because we love clothing, but we are serial entrepreneurs.
So
we're in a lot of different markets and a lot of different lanes.
Okay, so for people who were like starting up and trying to do that, did you guys just start with a small batch of inventory? Or how did that work?
Yeah, we basically started off with about, we were doing, maybe the sets were at about 50 to 100 sets. And then when we did t-shirts, we always did either 100 black, 100 white. So it was, and that at the time, it was fairly cheap. Yeah. But the way that we came into the game, we invested money every Friday.
Okay.
So the game was like, it don't matter if I went to work at a 9 to 5 or anything. Like every Friday, we sent money to our vendors to have inventory, no matter what. So that was the game from the beginning. So we never doubted our craft, basically.
Gotcha.
The dream was always to be in a warehouse, being a Southern streetwear staple. So it was like, I can't do this printing shirts on demand. So we went straight into the game, like, because we actually moved to Atlanta.
Yeah.
Recently,
right?
No, that's the crazy part.
Okay.
Nobody knows we were here for 5 years. We've only had Tulones 3 years. So we were in Georgia 2 years before that. Creating something new.
Yeah.
This is where Tulones came from. We were in the lab, pretty much disconnected from the world. Like we're gonna create something great this time. It's gonna be different. It's gonna be something that we can pretty much put. Every effort that we have, we can put behind it. So with other things that we had in the past, name issues, business issues, things of that sort, we just got it all sorted out, and Tulones was definitely the way to go. So the dream was always the motive behind the inventory, because we wanted it to be where we created so much more success from Tulones. We want to take care of our families. We want to take care of our friends. We want to be able to do the unimaginable. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like we're into real estate now. You get what I'm saying?
I saw that.
Exactly. So the building in Mobile, we've recently purchased a building that we're going to name the Polk Building, all from clothing. So that's what the inventory does.
What I liked about what Benji said was good habits. You guys started with good habits. And that's a lot of times what I preach, because a lot of times when we start these clothing lines, we get all the equipment, and then we become a screen printing company
Right.
more so than a clothing brand. But with the good habits that you guys have, you can focus all on marketing, completely on selling, because you got the inventory. You're not focused on printing.
Right. Remember, you want to be a boss.
Right.
You don't want to be a worker the entire time. But I have worked. Like I ran the entire. This is our second warehouse. The first warehouse we had no staff. I did 200 to 300 orders every day, and I got it done effortless. Not necessarily saying I didn't work long hours, but I did it with a different motive behind it, and it just pretty much just promoted the brand, and we went crazy.
Okay. So let's talk about what some people get scared of. When you guys buy this inventory, what about the inventory that doesn't sell? Or I know you guys are more popular now, and it's all selling out. But is there times when you got 3X's left over, or like smaller sizes that just aren't the most popular?
Yeah, but that's pretty much the in and out strategy. Okay. You got to understand that if it's been sitting there too long, that's when sales come about. That's when you got different things of that to get inventory. So you making sure that you can afford the new inventory. Yeah. Once it's old, it's old. You got to get it out of here.
So like leftover, just marked down, just like at Marshall's, retail stores,
Exactly. You have a sales season, because it's not necessarily, sales are not always about items that are not selling.
Right.
That's the thing about it. It's not always about that. It's about just the time of the year. It's maybe about just the analytics of your customers. Right. You want to reward them because you made $100,000 or $1 million this month. You want to say, oh, okay, what's up? Yeah. Let's get it gone. So I'm gonna so when we do sales, it's not always on old stuff. Like we had a sale last month. We drop every Tuesday. Everything new was on sale. So we don't care. It's just pretty much giving my customers, because the customers are the reason that we're here. So you want to create a different habit with your customers to let them know, like, hey, I do shop with them. Sometimes I will get a brand new sweater that costs $80 for 30% off. Like that's the benefit of being a customer of Tulones.
Dope. I definitely like that or whatever. And two, let's also talk about when you're getting the inventory made, right? You probably have better margins, because a lot of times people don't think about when you're doing print on demand, you also have to focal in the daily like labor cost and all of that stuff, versus your shirt's gonna be $7 or whatever the unit price is, and you can sell it for this much. You see what I'm saying?
And that's just, I kind of say that comes with planning ahead.
Yeah.
Working seasons ahead, so that you pretty much know the margin seasonal, not necessarily by products. Pretty much during summer, I'll do these type of numbers just from knowing the analytics of your business from years or months to come. You can say, okay, in summer, like it's shorts. Like most people wear average fit, but when it's getting cold outside, like those people who bought 2 pair of shorts, now they buying a basket full of hoodies because they collect hoodies. So you have to know that kind of stuff about your brand in order for it to grow itself. So
got you. Yeah. Another thing that I was gonna think about too was another thing that people are usually scared about versus going with inventory. When y'all sell out, y'all are sold out of that item. A lot of people are focused on like, well, I got this, like say
how much money can I make off of this shirt alone?
And then once it's gone, they're like, I got to keep reproducing it. You're done with it.
I'm a designer.
Okay.
Remember that. Yeah. We're designing. We're working every single day. It would be boring to me if I didn't design new clothing. That's easy. That's the easy way. So me and Damien, we grew as designers in the game. So we love to design. We have a team of designers also that we all bring creativity to the game. So that's our game changing. Pretty much, that's the game-changing idea of our team, because we're actually creating it here. I don't need to use that logo. I can make Malcolm X 1,000 different times, for sure. Nice. I can make this same shirt 1,000 different times in a different form. So that's my thing. That's our thing over here.
All right, so another question that I have is, how long does it usually take when you're ordering inventory in? Because some people feel like I like to be hands-on and just make it then, even though it usually still can take longer. When you guys are ordering that inventory, what's usually the turnaround from conception to getting it into your warehouse?
Okay, pretty much from the conception part, we go into a sample pretty much every time now that we've grown to the point that we are now. At first, it was no samples. It was pretty much running straight into production, and that's what creates a lot of problems that people think with producing overseas and out of the country manufacturers. That's the problem, but you can't be in a rush. You have to be very precise with the details and the things that you actually want. So right now it's probably taking us about 14 days to receive the first box, and those boxes may come. It may take them a full 7 days for those.
That's
boxes
not bad though.
Right.
That's 2 weeks.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I was thinking it's maybe like 2 months.
We
Yeah.
came from 2 months, but with those, we're kind of speaking on manufacturing overseas. Most of the time when you're waiting 2 months and stuff like that, and it's not a shot at anything, it's not paid for. I mean, we came from that point also where we're owing on this inventory, and sometimes our vendors would front us the clothing, but it'll be short 25 items. It may be short half of the item. So most of the time when we had delays on products, I can kind of speak from our perspective. It was just that we didn't have the balance fully paid, and we probably bit off more than we could chew. But that's the game. That's the game.
Do you have any experience of like using like credit lines or anything like that to produce inventory?
No.
Okay. Dope. So I know a lot of times there's like resources out there where people will get like a credit line and then pay it off through that. So that's a blessing that you guys haven't had to use that or whatever.
Right.
So is there anything else that you want to like, any gems you want to drop on them for inventory?
You just believe in the dream, invest in yourself, stay down. Everything that you see, it don't come overnight. The big flashy, whatever you want to get from clothing, it don't come overnight. I mean, just to put a small gem out there, I bought my first car I ever had in my life a year and a half ago. I never had a car. Never had a car. I had a business van before I had a personal car that I could drive around. I got my first car when I got my first warehouse because I had a purpose. I had to get to work every day. That's when I got my first car, because before then, I needed everything to invest in my business. It was nowhere I had to go every day when I didn't have the things I wanted in life and necessarily, and I knew I wanted to handle some business.
Dope.
Yeah,
so
for sure.
The pros of inventory are what? Focusing on your business,
Right.
being a boss.
Right.
What are any cons? No cons, because it outweighs it.
It outweighs it. It's a
it.
more rewarding process every time. Every time investing in yourself, you always win.
What about when you first buy the inventory? So like say I see you guys are very seasonal, right? You buy that inventory, but it's like it may not drop for a few months because it's not till fall.
I'm a designer.
Are you like on pocket? Not personally, but could you see people like that or?
Yeah, I mean, but that's with the growth of a brand.
Gotcha.
You don't want to create seasons ahead, and you're not a brand that people are looking for seasons ahead. You get what I'm saying? I'm riding the curve.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? I'm at that point where we got to create. I'm like Nike. I want to, before they got their hoodies in the store, I got on my hoodie.
Exactly.
Like, you get what I'm saying? You can go get a sweatsuit from Nike today in the color. You get it from me too. I'm on the curve. I'm riding. So at the beginning phase, you can't cater to an audience that way. So remember, know your audience. That's the biggest thing. Know your customers. Don't go beyond different heights. I cater to my audience. Even if it was sometimes where it wasn't, I love my brand, so I can't necessarily speak from that perspective. But it's some people, sometimes you may have to step out of wearing your brand because you have to cater to your customers. At the end of the day, you're creating wealth and success for yourself. So it's some stuff that you can step into and wear that'll create your fashion and take your creativity to a new level so that you can still create for your customers.
Gotcha.
So it's necessarily about focusing on your customers. Don't step out of guidelines. My customers say they love black. You don't make white.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
Just listen to your customers.
Listen to your customers. Listen to your pockets, because your customers ain't gonna really tell you too much. All you gotta do is watch your website. Watch what sells and what's not sell. Primary color sell. Remember that. Don't make you a pink sweater and you just starting the brand. Maybe you may sell out, but people wear black, white, red, navy. They wear that every single day. Remember that. Primary color set.
So before wrapping up, what we're going to do is we're going to jump real quick into their warehouse because I want you to see how successful of a brand this is, and then we'll wrap it up.
Just a couple little fun things to just, before we get into the inventory itself, we got our photo booth where our photographer Josh, he always on standby, getting it all done for us. But the shelves, this is what's going on. Real inventory, man. Real inventory.
And you guys use ShipStation?
Yeah, we use we're using ShipStation to ship it out. Not pretty much too much of the add-ons that they have with ShipStation because we're thinking about building our own system.
Okay.
Maybe. So you see a load just came in. We got the team back here breaking it down. every time something comes in, we go through the breakdown process. We got boxes taped over here because, like we said, no screen print, no products are being made on site. You got a load over here. This is how the loads come in. From
so
here,
this is all inventory.
This is a
different season that's waiting, or is it just
yeah,
excess?
this is a different drop. We got something we ain't gonna let y'all see, but I'm just playing. I don't care.
Yeah.
This is the Atlanta pop-up. It's not necessarily a pop-up, but it's a collection dedicated to Atlanta, pretty much around the culture of Atlanta itself, which is strip clubs and hot wings. We got a glow in the dark strip club collection, the staple collection of the fall, and then everything else is just quick strikes or just base inventory. So our sweatsuits and things of that sort, that'll be the fillers for the entire season.
Okay.
Yeah, so these will be more based on like I gotta necessarily say these are sellout days.
Okay.
This right here, this gonna stay here. It ain't we not really.
These are staples.
These staples. Okay. Everything here, if you see it, it's all labeled. This is probably gonna say a lot of staples. Staple. It's all stapled stuff. So we got loads.
So this stuff you always have. No.
The staple of this season, because we don't make the same stuff.
Right,
so it's just a new staple logo. We pretty much come up with a new set of logos every other season. Like this wall, I wish you guys could have came 2 months ago. It was different.
It was? Oh, what? You say Tulones on it?
Exactly. We don't use Tulones no more. This is the staple logo of the season. So we went T underline.
Okay. So y'all got it exclusively from my boy Benji.
Yeah, for sure.
At Tulones. So that is the pros and cons, mainly all pros, of doing inventory, where you can focus on being a boss, focus on your business, not focus on sweating in the shop, making it, and just focus straight on the profit. So
exactly.
Check out Tulones. Tell them where they can find you guys at.
You can find us online at tulones.com, and that's www.tulones.com. On Instagram at tulones90s. And you can find me, myself personally, at Tulones_Benji. Thank you guys.
Dope.